Hey Chef, welcome back to another video. Today I bought a new plant shelf from Yisk. Unfortunately, we don't have an IKEA here in Saskatchewan and shipping is too much for one, I guess, item. So I bought this. It's another ladder shelf. It's gonna be replacing the one that I have in my living room. This is the model. So yeah, I'm gonna be assembling this, but I'm also gonna be answering some questions as I put a little post on Instagram this morning asking for some questions that you might want to know. It was basically just an ask me anything. So I'm gonna talk about some plants that I'm gonna be putting on the shelf. I'm gonna assemble it and then I'll answer some of these questions. Here's the old setup, and although I still really like the look of this type of shelf, like the ladder shelf in the corner here, this is a south-facing window. This is a west wall. We're having some problems with structural integrity. I don't think this shelf was built to handle the weight of numerous pots on these flimsy little bottom pieces. You can see it's actually starting to separate from the bottom. So before I have a major catastrophe of the shelves just giving out and plants everywhere, I thought I would upgrade to something a little bit stronger, just a little bit larger, but still maintain this look. It's funny because it says, do not use a knife. How are you supposed to open the box? I'm just gonna slice it open here. Everything already just kind of fell out, but I hate assembling these types of things. But this one actually doesn't look too bad. It's already assembled. Okay, so it should be pretty straightforward. So I got it pretty much all laid out and how I want it. So now I just have to simply assemble these. Now I don't know which one is the top or the bottom. Doesn't look like they're, oh, that's the bottom. Okay, so the first question, as I'm doing this, I'll just kind of go along. Well, out of all your plants, do you have a favorite or do you love them all? I did do a Q&A video a little while ago about my plants and about myself and that sort of thing. And in that video, I said that jade plants are probably my favorite. And actually, this morning, as I'm filming this, I just released a Gollum jade video. So jades are my absolute favorite plant. They remind me of my grandparents. It's just a nice memory. He had one, my grandfather had one, and that's kind of where my love of plants started, was, I guess, from them. Hi Jeff, would you ever move? I think about it all the time, and I guess what person doesn't think about moving? I am in the Canadian prairies in Saskatchewan. It's really cold through the winter months, and it's pretty windy here as well. It's really hot in the summer. My, I guess, ideal or favorite place is probably Alberta or BC. I'm very much an outdoorsy type person. I love hiking, I love forests, and when you live on the Canadian prairies, there isn't much trees around here. There is a few like provincial parks and that sort of thing that we go to escape the city and I guess go camping and be one with the trees. But yes, I think about moving all the time, but for right now, just with kids and them going to school and that sort of thing, and with obviously my job, we'll be sitting tight for a little while, but the plan maybe down the road is to move to ideally BC or even Alberta. I got family in Alberta. Okay, the next question, what types of propagation methods do you find work the best? I primarily use water propagation and my perlite prop boxes. I like the perlite prop boxes for the fact that there isn't usually a tough, are these all the same? There's not usually a tough transition period when you transfer it to soil when using perlite. Okay, I got two more shelves. This is the bottom. Dusty. I have to vacuum afterwards. Okay, so the next question is, what fertilizer do you use? I have basically switched over to Dyna-Gro Foliage Pro. I can't remember the exact NPK values on that, but it has a bunch of micronutrients as well, and all my plants seem to love it. I use a cactus succulent specific fertilizer for my succulents and cactus, and then I also have a specific orchid fertilizer which I use for my orchids. Makes sense. Have you always lived in Saskatchewan? Yes, I've lived here. I was born and raised. I did work up in northern Saskatchewan for about a year. It was one of my first times, I guess, moving away from home, and it was very far north, so I was not close to any of my friends or family, although I did get the occasional visitor or two, but it just wasn't home. I live in southern Saskatchewan, and yeah, that was way up north. So good learning experience, beautiful country up there, wonderful people, but it just wasn't home. Oh yeah, let's see. I think I got a couple more questions. Have your pets ever nipped or ruined your plants? Oscar, right here, he is still a puppy, and when we first brought him home, I think he took a nibble, like right there, out of my syngonium and a couple other plants. So I actually rearranged a lot of my plants from the floor, put them on tables and shelves and that sort of thing, just so that he wouldn't eat any of the plants, because most houseplants have some level of toxicity to animals and kids and that sort of thing. So I didn't want him getting sick. So yes, he did take a nibble. I don't know if he actually swallowed anything, but he did take a nibble. Last question, would you consider selling cuttings? Selling cuttings for like a plant store? No. Whenever I do projects like my propagations, I will have sometimes a lot of cuttings or propagations that I don't really have room for. You know, I can put them back in pots and that sort of thing, but I usually just give them to friends or family, or I'll do like plant trades. And if I have like extra, then I might sell them on one of my local plant pages. Otherwise, I'm not gonna start like my own shop or anything like that, online shop. I don't have any time for that, to be honest. So I work full time, I take piano lessons, and I take care of plants, and obviously I do stuff with my family as well. These two guys sleep in here. Hey, you're so tired. Oh, there's Oscar. He's tired too. Hey, boy. Yeah. They give you this like tiny little tool for the screws, and this is brutal on the hands. But the shelf is coming together, it's looking awesome. I'm really happy with the quality of the wood so far. Like I said, it's much thicker. This will be way more sturdier than the current plant shelf. Okay, this thing is substantially larger than the other one. This thing is super sturdy. It is, yeah, this is exactly what my plants needed. Just these thicker shelves. It's about the same height as the other one, but this one is just built way better. Okay, it's fully assembled. Now I have to take the plants off of this shelf. Like, where is it? This shelf, look at this. It's just sagging so bad. So I'm glad I picked this new one up. It was actually on sale or on clearance, I guess. Okay. I'm gonna put this down right here. Holy cow, I shouldn't have done this with one hand. I can't remember if it's actually screwed in or if I just used like a sticky adhesive type thing. So I ran into a little problem. Obviously the shelf is gone, I just unscrewed it, but this one, I must have secured it to the wall with some adhesive tape. There's no screws on the bottom, I double checked. So I don't like rip it off the wall, but I'm pretty sure that I used an adhesive just to secure it to the wall. So I don't want it to tear the drywall. So I'm gonna use this hair dryer and see if I can just, I guess, melt the plastic away. Okay, the shelf is off, and I'd say it went pretty well. Oh my goodness, I just destroyed my drywall. I clearly wasn't thinking when I installed this that someday I might have to remove it, and adhesive is probably not the best thing to use on the back of the shelf. It was just like those 3M sticky stuff, but I used the wrong variety or the wrong type, and now I'm gonna have to fix my drywall. Okay, well, it's out. That's the main thing. Just cleaned up the wall a little bit here. So I'm gonna slide in the new shelf, and hopefully it covers up those marks for now. because I'm going to have to apply some drywall mud and fix that up at some point. Okay, I got the new shelf in place. I think it looks fantastic. It does not hide the tear in the drywall. That's okay. Okay, let's put these plants back on the shelf. That looks awesome up there. Looks really good. Anytime I'm placing a plant in a certain area, I want to make sure that it's in the correct location. Like this peperomia beetle, they require a bright sunny spot, like indirect light. Maybe it gets a little bit of morning direct sunlight, but not enough to like scorch or damage the leaves. So it needs a bright sunny location, but it's not going to damage the leaves. So that's why I put it off to the side of this south-facing window and just let it cascade down like that. Same with this Cebu blue. It requires a bright sunny location. Sometimes it can tolerate a little bit lower light, maybe like a medium light location, but it's going to grow quite vigorously when placed in a bright location. So I'm going to put this one right here. Just gave this one a good soaking as well. Now, looking at the shelf and the plants that I have remaining, I may need to buy some more plants, but I'm going to be placing this carving that I got from Cuba a long time ago. It's sandalwood, I believe. It smells beautiful. It's got a very strong scent. I'm going to put this on the bottom here. I like my little turtle at the top here. There, covers that little patch that I destroyed. My last Hoya that I have, I'm going to put right there. Okay, so I definitely have much more room on this plant shelf, and I am so happy with the thickness. It's just such a sturdy plant shelf. A huge upgrade from the one previously. The last plant that I have for the shelf, or the ones that were on the shelf previously, is this Alocasia mirror face. This one I had downstairs and I lost all its leaves. It actually went dormant, so I've placed it in a sunnier location, and I've been watering it a little bit more frequently than I was downstairs. And now it's given me, whoa. Looks like, well, this is the newest as of last week, but it's giving me 2 more leaves. I'm going to push that back a little bit back there. I got to find something to cover up that patch, but overall, I think it looks awesome. This plant shelf is a step up big time from the last one. Okay, here's the finished product. I got most of the plants back on there. I just added my Alocasia dragon scale down there as well. I think it looks absolutely fantastic. I hope you guys like this type of video. It's a little bit different than the ones that I normally do. I do like plant chores and plant care videos, that sort of thing. So I thought I'd just make something a little bit different. Let me know down in the comment section if you like this type of video. And if you have any other comments or questions, please leave it down there as well. Thanks again for watching, everyone. Take care. Bye.